Beyond haute couture, Songyun defines noble grace in Yibin, turning a festive look into the ultimate heiress vibe. On February 16, 2026, the CCTV Spring Festival Gala broadcast live across the country. When the camera switched to the Yibin branch venue in Sichuan, Songyun appeared on screen in a bright red dress, the glittering pony decoration on her chest shimmering slightly with her movements. Her rounded updo, rosy cheeks, and smiling eyes instantly filled the screen with a familiar sense of celebration. Social media exploded almost simultaneously, with countless comments and bullet screens flooding the screen with the same comparison. She looked exactly like a doll straight out of a New Year's painting. But did you know? While everyone was busy taking screenshots and exclaiming "so cute," some netizens were quick enough to search for the same style on e-commerce platforms. The results were somewhat astonishing. Similar red cheongsam replicas were priced as low as 30 yuan online. 30 yuan, in 2026, might just be the price of a regular cup of milk tea. Meanwhile, the person wearing this outfit, which resembles a cheap imitation of the original, is standing on the CCTV Spring Festival Gala stage, extending New Year's greetings to hundreds of millions of viewers. Strictly speaking, this red cheongsam is a meticulously designed evening gown. The designer used a dignified and elegant imperial red as the base, abandoning any ostentatious or flamboyant elements. The three-dimensional sequined embroidered pony on the chest, with its body inlaid with shimmering material, will shimmer like stars under the stage lights. This design highlights the auspicious meaning of instant success for the year of the horse in 2026. The overall silhouette borrows the rounded lines of New Year's picture dolls, the voluminous updo creates a full head shape, and the makeup emphasizes the sweet charm of the Fuwa dolls. In a backstage interview, Songyun couldn't help but joke, "After dressing up, I felt like a New Year's picture doll. I felt like I had a built-in congratulations buff." The program she participated in was called Striving Upwards, a performance that blended various elements, including the Sichuan provincial intangible cultural heritage, Southern Sichuan Spring Festival wine, Sichuan opera face-changing, and bamboo forest culture. The program aimed to convey the national theme of striving for excellence. As a Sichuan native, Songyun offered blessings in her soft, familiar dialect during breaks: "Happy New Year, make lots of money, good health, and great luck, full of blessings." These dialect phrases were ones she had practiced repeatedly to make the blessings sound as natural and warm as good fortune handed to you when visiting relatives. But if we temporarily shift our focus from the Yibin branch venue and glance at other corners of the Spring Festival Gala, especially the main venue in Beijing, you'll find another world. That's a battlefield without gunpowder for female celebrities. Haute couture gowns are the basic entry ticket, and jewelry worth millions is a symbol of status. Every detail, from the carat weight of the diamonds in the earrings to the embroidery on the skirt, could become the next day's fashion headline or a data point of comparison among fans. They shone brightly in front of the camera, every expression and gesture meticulously designed, afraid of losing face on a night watched by millions. The contrast was stark. On one side was a dazzling, luxurious visual feast, on the other, a cheerful, lively, and approachable New Year's picture doll. Songyun's outfit featured no ostentatious designer logos, no rumored exorbitantly priced jewelry, and even her makeup was so light it looked like she only had a thin layer of foundation. Yet, it was she who, on the night the Spring Festival Gala aired, caused the hashtag #Songyun New Year's picture doll to skyrocket in views, quickly climbing to the top of the trending topics list and becoming one of the most recognizable visual highlights of the night. Why Songyun? Why this seemingly not too expensive red cheongsam? Netizens began digging up her past. It's not about her past controversies, but rather the deeply memorable roles she has played. From Yuan Jingxia in Under the Power, to Li Jianjian in Go Ahead, to Ning Meng in Please Call Me Director, she seems particularly adept at portraying girls with a touch of stubbornness, yet an underlying warmth and brightness. In recent years, she's played a dashing pilot in Towards the Wind, and attempted more mature roles like a narcotics police officer in The Road Home, striving to break free from the limitations imposed by her baby face. But audiences have noticed that the moment she smiles, her non-threatening sweetness and approachability instantly return. This quality has been described by many viewers as the daughter of a noble family aura. Note that daughter of a noble family here doesn't refer to an arrogant and domineering heiress, but rather a description closer to classical aesthetics, gentle, insightful, and cultured, possessing an understated nobility. She doesn't need external luxury to prove herself, because her confidence and radiance come from within. This temperament, combined with her 36 years of experience and 16 years in the industry, creates a wonderful synergy. Another detail about her Spring Festival Gala look was revealed in an interview. This was Tan Songyun's first time appearing on CCTV's Spring Festival Gala, but she chose to keep it a secret from her family. Her explanation was simple: "I didn't tell them because I wanted a surprise." She hoped that her family, like all ordinary viewers, would be surprised and moved when they saw her on television on New Year's Eve. This gesture was interpreted by netizens as the most heartwarming Spring Festival surprise, consistent with her consistently low-key and unassuming philosophy using actions instead of declarations, conveying her feelings through results. As a result, the direction of discussion began to change. People no longer simply compared whose clothes were more expensive or whose jewelry was more dazzling. They began to discuss what truly constituted high-class style. Was it maintaining a youthful appearance even under high-definition cameras? The 2026 Spring Festival Gala footage was dubbed a celebrity beauty revealer by netizens. 58-year-old Vivian Zhao, wearing a pink dress, was criticized for not concealing her age, while 50-year-old Lu Mintao was praised for her elegance in a pink cheongsam. Under high-definition close UPS, some viewers pointed out that Tan Songyun's youthful face showed signs of collagen loss, with fine lines becoming visible. However, many more were captivated by her overall aura of joy, health, and national peace. Is it simply a matter of access to top-tier fashion resources and the ability to wear the latest haute couture? Some sharply pointed out that Tan Songyun, at 35, still performing at a branch venue of the Spring Festival Gala with a hometown sentiment theme, presents an invisible class barrier and resource obstacle compared to the top-tier artists at the main venue. On the other hand, supporters argue that being able to extend New Year's greetings to the entire nation on a stage in her hometown, using a program incorporating intangible cultural heritage, offers a unique warmth and emotional connection that no amount of cold, top-tier resources can replace. A growing number of voices are beginning to agree that Tan Songyun's red cheongsam won precisely because it transcends the conventional luxury route. It doesn't try to crush you with price, but rather moves you with emotional resonance. That sequined pony connects the ancient agrarian civilization's yearning for a bountiful harvest with the information age's immediate thirst for good fortune. That vibrant red hue imbues the unchanging backdrop of the festival, and her smiling, doll-like face may truly become a generation's visual memory of New Year. When the performance ended and Tan Songyun and her companions took their bows, her face still held that joyful expression. You couldn't see any deliberate queenly aura, nor any ambitious drive to conquer the fashion world. She was simply happy, fully engaged, like a beloved daughter celebrating the new year in new clothes. This state of mind was perhaps the most luxurious thing that night. It didn't come from any brand's design workshop, but from a person's stable core, reverence for the stage, sincerity towards their hometown culture, and that pure joy that could infect others. The discussion on social media continues. Some people started sharing their Tan Songyun-style red cheongsams, even if they were just cheap imitations costing a few dozen yuan, feeling a sense of joy wearing them. Some analyzed her makeup and hairstyle, trying to replicate that blessed feeling. Of course, there was controversy regarding her appearance and social standing. But undeniably, Tan Songyun and her red cheongsam from the Spring Festival Gala have become a phenomenon, a cultural phenomenon. It's like a mirror, reflecting a subtle shift in contemporary public aesthetics, we seem to be growing tired of overly elaborate and distant packaging, turning instead to appreciating natural, healthy, emotionally resonant, and even down-to-earth beauty. This kind of beauty doesn't need expensive jewelry, it is its own source of light. Like the dolls in New Year's paintings, for centuries people have pasted them on their walls, not because the paper was expensive, but because it carries the most simple and fervent yearning for a better life. Tan Songyun, standing on the stage of the 2026 Spring Festival Gala, seemed to become the contemporary embodiment of that ancient image. She said nothing, yet it seemed to say everything. True haute couture is never in the clothes, but in the person's temperament. That sweetness, joy, and sense of peace that emanates from within is something no luxury item can price, and can never be imitated.